Queen Iolani is a Eastern Star. Because she's an Eastern Star, she takes her orders from the Postmaster General of Hawaii, who was the Chief Master Mason. He takes his orders from the Admiralty warship that pulled into port on the 14th of January, 1893, under the three-day law, ordering him to take over the palace. And Queen Iolani, on the 17th of January, goes ahead and surrenders Hawaii to the Masons, which are controlling the post office. And the post office, through the military, now takes over and declares the Hawaiian Islands to be a territory of the United States. Because there was no shots fired, the treaty that they wrote was written in adverb verb, which means it didn't say anything. They have no contract. The Admiralty has no contract to invade the island. But because no one can read and write at this point in history, everybody goes along with it. And because the Masons are controlling the post office is telling a senior postmaster is telling a Eastern Star queen to stand down. In order to become a Mason, you must surrender your kingship, queenship, or political title. If you're president, you have to surrender it to the Masons and take your orders from the post office. Same thing here in Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii, the United States. The United States President, Obama, is the puppet. Potter is our Postmaster General. He's the one that pulls the strings and controls all branches of government. You have the same thing here, and that's why Queen Elizabeth's on your money. So it's a post office giving you orders, not the England. Now, if you bring this thing forward to October 22nd, 1872, plus 70 years, it comes out plus 45 days in the three-day trusts. It's December 7th, 1941. Pearl Harbor gets bombed by the Japanese. The bankruptcy of Hawaii ends. 70 years, 45 days of trust and three-day grace period. Except the Japanese Navy jumps the gun by 1 hour. And they bomb all the postal vessels of the United States Post Office, which are all the military warships and military warplanes. But they didn't bomb any civilian targets. But because Hawaii was not out of bankruptcy because of the 1 hour time difference, they violated the international laws of bankruptcy, which then gave Roosevelt permission to declare war against Japan. And we had to go to Tokyo to get the rest of the story on the post office. So it was the post office of Japan, which controls the military, bombing the post office of Pearl Harbor, which was the United States Post Office, because of trade imbalances. That's what started the war between Japan and the United States. And I have two videos where Fat Boy and Little Boy, better known as the atomic bombs, where the Postmaster General of Hawaii is slapping a $1 airmail stamp on the bombs, signing his name across it as postmaster, canceling the stamp, and saying, just to make it legal, we are sending the air freight back to Japan. And that was the post office going to war against the post office. Same thing took place between Poland, coming out of bankruptcy at the stroke of midnight, 1939, and Germany invading Poland because they were no longer in bankruptcy protection. That's how that all happens. Same thing takes place down here. Your post office runs everything. And because the post office controls all the vessels in dry dock, which are you, the people, you're required, you carry money in your pocket, and the money you carry in your pocket makes you postal employees of the post office. Therefore, you are vessels in dry dock, and you have to be licensed to go between point A and point B. You're corporate employees. Now, another question came up on birth certificates. What is your birth certificate? Your birth certificate is a document that allows the government